I've got a few spinnerbaits in this boat, I think. I got a few jigs. I've got a crankbait or two. I don't know what all's in this boat. You know, when you've got 4 or 5 boats and you got several people fishing out of them, you just don't know what you have. Just don't know what you have. We fished today with my buddy Chuck Stratton. Chuck fishes the FLW tournaments. It's now, I think they call them Big Five and all kinds of different stuff. I'm not familiar with exactly what all they call those, but we've got a good day. It's kind of partly cloudy, partly sunny, a little chilly this morning, but it's going to get better. And we really got kind of a short day. We're going to fish maybe till, well, maybe at the most noon or 1 o'clock, but then we may go out and make a longer day out of it. I don't know. We'll just let the fish kind of
depend if they're biting or not.
Yeah, if they're biting. They're going to be biting. It's whether we can catch them or not. We know they're biting. They're always biting. But let's get out there and see what we can do, Chuck.
Let's do it.
I believe we can catch them. Let's go.
Look at the marking on this one, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, that'll work. You know, I bet you can put that little lucky swim on the back of that jig. I'll put that little lucky swim on the back of that jig for right now. Leave those out. Yep, all I need to do is just set the hook every now and then. Just jerk every now and then. There might be one on there, right? Here. Settle down a little, baby. Yeah, that's a nice one, too. Good thing about using that little lucky swim as a trailer, you tear it up just a little bit, just bite it off and you have a little bit shorter trailer. You got him?
No.
Got the brush? That's what we're looking for. That's the size we're looking for right there.
They're getting a little bigger. More black spots.
I don't blame you for breaking that other bait off. You wouldn't catch anything on it. Picked up a different bait. Perfect deal. I learned a trick right there. Not catch anything on something, hang it up, break it off.
Break it
something
up.
else.
Get rid of it.
Use something else. Absolutely. I like it. I like it. Golly, that's a 9-pounder too. Maybe not, Chuck. Maybe not. Caught one on my impersonator. Boy, he's barely caught, isn't he? This is a great little bait right here. It's called a mimic impersonator by Lucky Strike, and that's not a bad little fish. He's a little bit bigger than I thought he was, a male. But it's a clear bait, and you put the insert in. I've got kind of a shad color insert that, but you can just pop that right out, pop another insert in if you want to change it to a crawfish color or a bluegill color or whatever color you want. And baby bass, you can actually put an American flag in there. And one of the things that some of my buddies have started doing if they got young kids is they got a blank one that's just white, and they'll let their little kids paint a pattern on there and they go out and catch fish on it. And that's kind of a neat deal. You can paint your own fish pattern. And it's got tremendously great slow, wide wobble action. I mean, wide wobble. And that's the thing I really like about it, is that wide wobble. You can fish it up pretty high, like over something. You can drop it down. It's a sinking bait, like any kind of rattle bait. Does not have a rattle in it. It's a silent bait. It will whack them. There's Lucy right there. She's right there in the middle of them. See her? He's watching us. Don't you come to that one. Look at those pretty deer. Will you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's greening up now, and the deer are really starting to move around looking for food to eat. It looks like they're on a gravel road eating there, but they're actually eating on the side of that road. It's a fresh stuff is just coming up, just greening up. It's just a perfect time. They love spring just like we do. That's one of the reasons they have to really kind of struggle to find stuff to eat during the winter time, and they eat a lot of dead leaves and things that I guess taste good. I don't know if it does or not, but they're up there eating that new grass that's just popping out of the ground and growing rapidly, and they're enjoying a spring day just like we're enjoying a spring day. Crank that thing about 4 cranks and it got it. Might found a few little fish. You want me to live scope you up some fish? Here you go. I mimicked you up some fish. That's a pretty good chunk right there. That one's hooked in the mouth where you're supposed to hook them. Yes, sir, where you're supposed to hook them. Gotta be kind of careful. I am not wanting to get those barbs in my hand. Got my barbs smashed down, but I don't want the hooks in my hand. They're easy to get out if they're smashed down, Chuck, but they still hurt when they go in. All right, I caught that one right there. One more time. One of the things that you need to think about in the springtime when fish are spawning is that you need to know where they're going to go to, and you need to go know the places where they stop. And they stop in some pretty interesting places at times, but we call that staging. And generally, both the male and the female bass will stage, but the female bass a lot of times will stay out there and stage for a pretty good period of time, maybe as much as about 2 weeks, and then go on up into an area and spawn. And the male goes up there and looks around, builds the beds, and they're building beds right now. But this creek that we're in right now, and you can see this creek, it goes way up there. This is where a lot of the fish are going to end up. A lot of the fish are going to end up also in a bay, like that bay right back there. Get in a bay. There's another big bay over on this other side. And now what happens, if you can find an area like this, is that area right in front of a big bay, a creek, maybe 2 or 3 big bays in a creek, maybe a point that's got bays going up on both sides, maybe a little stretch of boat docks that's got some big pockets and stuff back in behind them. They might spawn. So before they get on the bed, before they spawn, you need to find areas that they're going to be staging in. These staging areas are going to produce some of the very biggest bass of the year because they've come in out of the deep water, they're full of eggs, their eggs are going to get bigger every day, and they're getting ready to go on that bed where they're not going to be able to eat. So you find those areas, you're going to find the big mama bass that produce your biggest catch of the year. A lot of times, people will catch their personal best this very time of the year, and they'll catch them in those staging areas. So before those bass go on to bed, you want to find as many areas as you can where the bass might be staging. You find the staging areas, you're going to be a big hero and catch a lot of really big bass. Personal best this year, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you put your jig back on? Or
no, I'm still using Trickster. I'm still using that Trickster.
Come here. That's the size I just lost. It's much bigger. Look at the belly.
Yeah.
What is the best time of the year to fish? All these big bellies are so fast. Let me ask you a question. You're a smart man. How come us guys? Okay, guys and girls, that's a great day out here. Chuck and I have caught a lot of fish. We could have caught more. We've had a north wind, we had an east wind. But, you know, we've got a new segment that we're starting here on Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube called the Road Trip. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take you on some trips with us and show you some of the things that we do in addition to the fishing. We'll be going up to New York here sometime pretty soon. We're getting ready to go down to Texas to go fishing, actually a little bit later today. And it's going to be a road trip series. That's kind of what you're watching now. We'll make some kind of little intro to it that makes it look kind of cute. But that airplane acts like he's going to land on the lake, doesn't he? Sounds like it anyway. But we'll be watching for that road trip. We'll be putting those up maybe on the Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday when we normally post. Not Friday because that's deer night. Friday night's deer night coming up just in a couple of days. We might even throw it up on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, just however it works out on those road trips. But we've caught them on a mimic imitator out here today. We've caught them on a Lucky Strike Trickster, Lucky Strike jig with a little Lucky swim bait on there. We just had kind of a good day. Caught them on a little bit of everything, which is pretty typical of springtime fishing. However, they've been kind of few and far between. Chuck, you did a great job out there. And Chuck, you've started a new YouTube channel. It's called Chuck Stratton Fishing. that you just got started here, and Chuck fishes a lot of national tournaments, and he'll be putting a lot of that type stuff up there and showing you what he does in practice and how he locates fish and the various ways that he catches fish running around the country fishing national tournaments. And that's a whole new ball game, fishing national tournaments. I've done it for 54 years, but now all I'm trying to do is catch fish. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there today, and remember, I sure do love you.